Welcome to GameStorm channel, and my video is about 10 hidden secrets in Red Dead Redemption 2, set in 1899 in a fictionalized version of the American Wild West and Mexico. You play as Arthur Morgan, an outlaw and member of the Van der Linde gang. The story follows the gang as they attempt to survive against government forces and rival gangs, while also dealing with the decline of the Wild West era. As things get increasingly desperate, moral dilemmas and tensions rise within the gang. Gameplay focuses on open-world exploration, hunting, foraging, weapon skills, horseback riding, camp maintenance, and story stranger missions. Combat utilizes Deadeye targeting slowdown. Huge open-world map spanning the states of New Austin, Ambarino, Lemoyne, New Hanover, and West Elizabeth to explore. Deep character customization, bonding with your horse, maintaining upgrading weapons and camp, tracking hunting animals, and engaging in minigames like poker. Number 1. Donkey Lady. This strange skeleton is actually a very obtuse reference to a glitch from the first game. You'll only understand it on sight if you have an intimate knowledge of the bugs and glitches in that game, so it's no surprise that it baffled a lot of players. Upon riding into New Austin as John during the epilogue, if you decide to explore some of the first game's major regions, you'll probably find this skeleton still attached to a piece of mill apparatus. It's the body of a woman with the head of the donkey, and it seemed she died while working the mill in place of having an actual donkey do it. If you want to pay your respects to the Donkey Lady, you can find her in Cholla Springs. Number 2. Mountain Monk. You don't have as much reason to explore around the Grizzlies East as you do the Grizzlies West, but if you do ignore this part of the mountain range, you'll miss out on this very interesting Easter egg. Located almost directly between O'Cree's Run and Fort Wallace, this meditating monk will be found overlooking the countryside. He won't talk to you because he's too busy trying to find inner peace, but you can enjoy the scenery with him and hope Arthur is able to come to some peace of his own. If you're doing a dishonorable run, however, kicking the monk from the cliff will cause your hunter meter to take a massive hit. Number 3. Encounter the KKK. If you keep your eyes peeled near the Southfield Flats, just by road days you might spot some men in white coats attempting to perform a ritual. Sadly, they're not the scientists coming to take you away. They're actually Rockstar's Wild West version of the Ku Klux Klan, and they're hilariously incompetent. It's worth keeping back a ways and just watching what happens next as the event unfurls. But safe to say this particular branch of the KKK might not pose too much of a threat. Meet the Meteor House Ouch. You can find this grisly grotto in Roanoke Valley to the east of Brandywine Drop. Ride to this isolated shack and you may spot a small but conspicuous hole in its roof. Number 4. Strange Man's Cabin. As one of the first game's biggest mysteries, of course the Strange Man was going to make some kind of appearance in the follow-up. In rural Lemoyne, Arthur can find this seemingly abandoned cabin hosting a partially completed painting on an easel. Returning years later as John and the painting will eventually complete itself, it's the Strange Man himself, and is presumably a spooky self-portrait. Scarier still, the Strange Man will appear in the mirror behind John, but if you turn around, he's gone. Maybe this explains why he seems to know so much about the Van der Lindes in the original game, since they kept showing up at his house and disturbing his painting, or the in-game theories that he's actually the Grim Reaper could be correct. Death does follow the gang everywhere, after all. But before we continue, please subscribe and ring the bell and like and tell us your opinion about the video. Number 5. Meet a mammoth. While we wait for them to be cloned from elephant DNA, this is as close as any of us will come to seeing this hairy Ice Age Leviathan. Ride to the northwest of Ambarino, where 2 rivers splinter, and you'll find the skeleton of this once hairy customer lying among the snow. Are we the only ones who are now desperate for Rockstar to do a prehistoric GTA? Number 6. The Vampire of St. Denis. If you thought vampires were only found in Transylvania, think again. In the bustling city of Saint Denis, you can uncover a series of mysterious writings on walls that hint at the presence of a bloodsucker. Piece together the clues, and you'll eventually encounter the vampire himself in a dark alley. Just be prepared for a fantastic showdown. Start your vampire hunt in the city of Saint Denis. Look for mysterious writings scattered on walls across the city. Number 7. The Ghost Train. Ghosts and the supernatural have always been a part of folklore, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is no exception. One spooky night, if you're near the Lemoyne sign on the map, you might just witness a ghost train passing by. It's a chilling sight, with eerie green lights and a phantom conductor. Just make sure you don't stand on the tracks when it comes barreling through. Travel to the area around the Lemoyne sign on the map during the late-night hours. Number 8. Bigfoot's cousin, the giant. If you thought the Wild West was just about outlaws and cowboys, think again. In Red Dead Redemption 2, you can encounter a friendly giant hidden in the mountains. To find him, head to a point between the B and R of the Big Valley text on the map. You'll hear a deep voice, and if you follow it, you'll stumble upon a cave where the giant resides. He's a bit shy, but he's got some interesting things to say. Travel to the area between the B and R of the Big Valley text on the map. You will hear a deep voice echoing around. Number 9. Statues head northeast from Bacchus Station until you're roughly halfway between Bacchus and the Big I in Ambarino. You'll eventually come across a cave, inside which you'll find a circle of 7 stone statues on plinths. They're facing an 8th statue, that of a harpy. To solve the puzzle, you need to look at how many fingers each statue is holding up, then press their buttons in the correct order. The harpy statue will open and you get 3 gold bars for your trouble. Though players have solved the puzzle, they haven't solved the mystery. Nobody knows what the statues are a reference to or what they really mean. And no, they're not a Doctor Who reference. They're not angels, and they don't move around when you're not looking. Number 10. The Hobbit House. Are you a fan of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth? Then you'll love this Easter egg. In the heart of the Grizzlies East, you can find a peculiar little house built into a hillside. The round door and cozy interior are a clear nod to the hobbit holes of the Shire. Sadly, there aren't any hobbits around, but it's still a charming place to visit. This hobbit-style house is found in the Grizzlies East. Keep an eye out for a house built into the side of a hill, identifiable by its round door. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel.